What's up everyone, my name is Alpha and today we're back with another Pokemon challenge video. Today is a very special Pokemon challenge video. Today we're on Pokemon Sun and Moon, well Sun obviously, and today's challenge we cannot beat Pokemon Sun and Moon Hardcore Nuzlocke with only shiny Pokemon. Now, we're back to our roots of shiny Pokemon. I know it does well on the algorithm, I want to come back onto it. So I didn't realize that most people change the shiny odds, so we're going to start out with that. Changing the shiny odd, it's so much easier. So I decided to change the odds from 1 in 4 billion as normal rates to 1 in 1,000. I think that's more of a understandable rating. That's how most people do it. So I'm just gonna do it from there. A 1 in 1,000 chance of getting a shiny Pokemon. It's still pretty difficult. It's less than 1% chance of getting it, obviously. So it's gonna take a little grinding anyways, but it makes it a little easier over time. Outside of that, we have to run through the rule set. Of course, the rule set includes the first encounter in each route is the only Pokemon you can catch. In our case, the first shiny Pokemon. Now, if you ever faint in battle though, you are dead. You have to box your Pokemon and it's gone. Now you have to add the hardcore rule set onto it. You must play on set mode. There are no items inside a battle. You can use hell items, but no bag items like potions or anything like that. And as well, there is a level cap for each trial captain. Normally it's each gym, but I guess Kahuna, something like that. The level cap will be on the bottom left, so you understand. So it's easier to follow. Also, there is a death counter. Keep track of my deaths. And also, I like my layout. You know, you guys like my layout? I like my layout. But outside of that, there's one final and most important rule of every single challenge video on my channel. Each of my Pokemon will be nicknamed after you guys in the comments. So here are the nicknames I picked out for this challenge video. If you guys want to be nicknamed after a Pokemon in my future challenge videos, just drop in the comments and I'll probably pick yours, honestly. I love picking your nicknames off the comments. And anyways, while you guys are down there typing away a nickname, please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this, and subscribe if you guys are not already. It really help my channel as we approach 30k and approach the end of 2021. We gotta get into the shiny video. So the shiny video to start out with, obviously I chose the Decidueye a long time ago in my other Sun and Moon Let's Play, so I want to try out my Linen luck. And it took surprisingly, even though we changed the odds for the shiny video, it still took over 2 hours trying to find this Linen. I don't know how. I must have the worst possible luck possible. I don't understand. I was getting frustrated too. I understand the cutscene is like over like 2 minutes trying to get the stars normally. Software setting still takes forever, as you can see, but eventually we'll get the white shiny Litten. It's actually kind of cool looking. I think I've owned one in the past. I think I did not do the starter method. I think I did the Masuda method and I got a shiny Litten that way. No way would I do this in actual, because it's so painful. It looks like in actual speed too. Like, oh no, I'm playing on emulate for this as well. Once we go through, I really like this Litten. This Litten is really cool looking. I don't know why. It feels like Christmassy. It's like a Christmas theme. You know what? I'm titling Christmas theme, Christmas edition shiny version. But outside of that, we're gonna catch ourselves our next shiny Pokemon outside of the Pokemon school, which is gonna be a shiny Magnemite. I honestly don't know what I was looking for. I was looking for a Grimer, anything that was shiny. So Magnemite on my team. I never use a Magnezone in Sun and Moon, so that'll be fun to use. Unfortunately, it evolves at the final island in the game, so I have to carry through it. Hopefully, it doesn't die. Outside of that, we're going to face off against our first trial in the game. It's going to be the normal trial against the Gumshoes. We're going to paralyze down the Gumshoes. And of course, they're going to lure me down. I don't know if this is the correct strategy, but I try to knock out the ally Pokemon first because they get annoying. I don't know why, but they lure me so many times. This bite almost knocks out my Magnemite. So I got to switch out into my Litten. I got to be careful to not go over the level cap. If I ever go over the level cap, I cannot use that Pokemon in the following major battle. So I gotta be careful with my Litten right here. Luckily, I do knock out the Gumshoes with my Litten, and I don't grow a level. As soon as we're leaving the cave, we're gonna try to find a shiny Zubat. We did not find a shiny Zubat. We actually found a shiny Diglett on accident, and that is our encounter for this cave, so we had to catch it anyways. Really wanted the Zubat because it wouldn't knock down the Kahuna of this island really easily, but unfortunately, we got a Diglett, so we're able to find another encounter in the Flower Meadows over here. At least in these meadows, we found something that's a fairy type. At the very least, we found a Kahili. We're gonna catch the Kahili on my team. I don't know where I'm gonna get the stone to evolve it, I'm gonna be honest, but we do have a Kahili on my team. After that, we're gonna face out against the Kahuna in the game, which is gonna be Hala. Hala's gonna be the first Kahuna you fight against, and also the first Z move, which beats you down. Luckily for us, the Kahili is a fairy type and survives the Crab Brawler. We're gonna eventually stall it down with Leech Seed and Fairy Wind and knock it out and beat down Hala. We finished our first major battle, so the level cap is going to jump up to 27 at this point, which means we have to go into Akala Island. I don't remember the island's names, but we go to the next island. We go through back-to-back elemental typing trials. So we go through water, fire, and grass pretty quickly. We're gonna have to start out with the water one. Luckily for enough, Connie is actually perfect for this. Connie's gonna start the battle against Wishy-Washy, gonna use Stun Spore against it, and then Leech Seeding both of the Pokemon. In this case scenario, I don't want to knock out the helping Pokemon because they give me some double recovery with Leech Seed, and it actually really helps me because somehow Water Gun from this Wishy-Washy does almost knocks me out in one shot. So I think it is helping hand boosted in the rain, so of course it can do a lot of damage, but it actually gets paralyzed in the correct turns, so I actually avoid getting knocked out by this Wishy-Washy. I wouldn't mind my Connie going down because I'm not that big of a fan of Connie, but obviously our goal is not to lose anything. And since we have a ground type in the back and also a Magnemite that's not going to live any water move and a Torracat, we're just going to have to stay in and tough it out. Luckily enough, Connie does knock out both the Wishy-Washys, and we progress. The next out, we're gonna go into what is it called? The volcano. The volcano of this island. We're actually gonna try to look for Salandit. I know we have a fire type already, but I really like Salandit. Unfortunately, we found a Cubone, because if we found a male Salandit, I would have cried. Honestly, that would have been the worst. I forgot that Salandit evolves by gender, and the gender is actually least common. So I don't know how that. It's like the Combi effect. I hate Combis because of that. Anyways, from there we're gonna face off against the fire trial. Fire trial has multiple battles where you can't even heal after, which is very annoying. So my Torracat goes down to low HP, and obviously I'm not gonna try to lose my Torracat. So I decide to start the battle against the Salandit to sack my Colony. It was bound to happen. I wasn't gonna keep this thing forever. So my first death, unfortunately, is the Colony. I didn't want to sack my Diglett because it obviously has some fire moves. So I sent out my Diglett next after this. The Salazzle decided to torment me, which I'm completely fine with, so I could lower the speed of the Salazzle, and I could magnitude the following turn and knock out the Totem Salazzle and the Salandit, and we beat the Totem in 2 shots. So great job for the Diglett. So maybe it's a good pickup that we got the Diglett after all. After that, we're gonna go into the final trial on this island, which is gonna be the grass trial. Obviously we're gonna use a Torracat. Torracat's under level still, not 27 just yet, and we also get to utilize the flame charge, which boosts our speed, and then we can, well, it didn't matter, I still get outspeeded, but I could use the fire Z move from the fire trial we just got, and we Infernal Overdrive, knock out the Lurantis, and also knock out the Trumbeak, which I was kind of hoping for the cast form because it just turns into the sun form and is actually really useful. But we knock out the Trumbeak and we beat the grass trial. Nothing too bad over there. What is bad is we had to face off against the Kahuna of the island. We had to face off against Olivia. Olivia's gonna be the rock type Kahuna, and she is pretty dangerous. However, most of my team do resist her stab Rockinium Z, so I gotta be careful with that. I'm starting the battle using my Diglett. Eventually I'm gonna knock out the Nose Pass from her, which is nice. Unfortunately, she's gonna switch out to her Lichen Rock, so I gotta sack my Diglett here because I need a free switch in and nothing can survive any attack anyway. So Diglett goes down, switch into my Cubone. 2-shot the Lichen Rock, it just gets a little sketchy because I don't want to get flinched or missed at all. And Boomerang does knock out the Lichen Rock over there. Next up for final Pokemon will be Boulder, and I just want to break his 30. He's going to headbutt me. I survive luckily. And then I want to switch out into my Magnemite, which will Magnum Bomb and knock out the Boulder. So Diglett's going to evolve, but unfortunately Diglett is dead. So we have to remove it off my team anyways. We got to box that thing. That's 2 deaths on the death counter, but we beat the major battle, the Kahuna of this island. So the level cap will go up to 239. Gonna be updated in a little bit. I have to go shiny hunting because obviously my Pokemon are not that good. I lost like half my team basically from that fight. We have to go to the next island, which in the grass we're gonna find ourselves a shiny Arachnid, which is very cool. As far as an Infernal Overdrive in the rain and with Water Bubble very easily, as you can see, but we're gonna end up putting that on our team. We got a pretty cool Pokemon as Arachnid. It has a very cool shiny too, I know that. So after that, we can go into the Electric Trials mountain thing. Over here there's a patch of grass, and we can find ourselves a shiny Skarmory. I was looking for Minior. I really wanted Minior, but Skarmory got to do. Now it also spawned a second Skarmory, which is kind of funny, so you can see the contrast in that. And we catch the Skarmory. From there, we're gonna face off against the Electric Trial in this game, and it's really not that hard. I completely forgot I didn't use the Fire Z move, but luckily I didn't because they have a resistant berry, and they also do a lot of damage to my Torracat, so that's kind of dangerous too. But I believe in my Torracat. I know Infernal Overdrive will knock out this Vigavolt in 1 shot, and it just did. So it destroys the Vigavolt, and obviously the Charge Bug's not gonna do anything to me. So we end up beating the Electric Trial pretty easily. From there though, we can go into the power plant and find ourselves a Mudbray. Did I want that? I guess, but this Mudbray doesn't even have stamina ability, so it's kind of useless. I think it's own temple, so it's a waste of time, honestly. From there, we're going to head into the ghost trial of the game. We're going to face off against the Mimikyu. Now, I started the battle using my Incineroar, which is very cool. I just want to show it off, but I want to break its disguise, obviously. Now, I wanted to stay in, and I want to use the exclusive Z move on my starter. Now, I do get copycatted in Nightshade, which means if it ever attacked me with Play Rough, I would have lost my Incineroar, but let's pretend that never happened. Now, let's cut out the Z move because that's copyrighted. Not trying to lose my channel over here, but we do a big chunk against the Mimikyu, and I decided to switch out into my Magneton after this. Magneton's able to Flash Cannon and knock out the Mimikyu for us, and finally, the final Pokemon on the other side is going to be the Haunter. I decided to switch out into my Incineroar. That's a bad play, so I gotta back out of that. Switch into my Araquanid, and Araquanid will finish the job against Haunter, and we beat the Ghost Trial. I was actually kind of scared of this. I might have lost some Pokemon. Luckily enough, we didn't lose anything. And from there, we're gonna face off against Po Town's Guzma. I'm gonna beat Guzma easily with our Incineroar. I'm just using Incineroar at this point because I really like his shiny. I forgot how fun it is to use shiny Pokemon. Like, Incineroar's shiny looks really nice. But from there, we're gonna face off against the Kahuna of the island, which we're going to face off against Napu. Napu's going to be the dark type Kahuna of the game. We're going to start the battle against him using our Araquanid. Now, Araquanid is not going to end up beating down the Sableye. It actually gets 1v1 by it. But I want to do enough so I can switch out into my Incineroar and use Darkest Lariat, knock out the Sableye, and then force the Crocodile to Earthquake me, switch into my Skarmory, which was Steel Wing, knock him out. I take a Swagger, but I don't hit myself at all, and I'm able to knock out the Crocodile. Next up, he's gonna switch out into his Persian. Now his Persian is going to Z move with Dark Me, and it's gonna kill at least 2 Skarmories at this point. So I gotta give up my Skarmory, which is fine. Unfortunately, in my bad plays, I lose both my Araquanid and my Marowak to Napu, so there's 2 more members down. I decided to switch out into my Magneton next. Now lucky for us, Magneton has the electric Z move on. It does not get flinched by Dark Pulse, and I'm able to Z move, almost knock out the Persian. I want to switch out into my Mudsdale. Mudsdale can take a Dark Pulse, take 2 of them, and we could double kick Persian in the face and knock it out. While half our team is dead, we gotta obviously go back and find some new shiny Pokemon, because our team is completely dead for no reason. At least the major battle is done, so the level cap goes up to 48 at this point. We're gonna go back into Tapu Village, catch ourselves in a Alolan Vulpix, which is shiny. There's Absols in here. Do you guys know that? I did not know Absols were in this grass, but I was down for either one of them. More so the Vulpix because it's a special attacker. Then we're gonna find ourselves a shiny Slowpoke, amazing over there. And then we're gonna find ourselves a shiny Gumshoes in Po Town, which don't want, but it's gonna be on the team because that's our encounter. From there, we're gonna clear through Guzma again in the Aether Paradise. We're gonna make our way into Executor Island, and the very first encounter, you're forced to fight a mini boss, and the mini boss actually is a shiny Executor for us, so I'm actually pretty happy about that. We catch ourselves a shiny Executor. It looks kind of funky, but we put the Gumshoes away for now, and then we face off against the Kahuna of the island, which is gonna be Hapu, Napu, I always mix them up. Anyways, we're gonna face against Hapu. Start the battle against her using my Ninetales, which is a poor mistake. Eventually, I'm able to knock out the Flygon using my Ninetales, switch it out before it dies, and then switch out into my Slowbro. Now, this Slowbro has withdrawal. It can take any moves. As you can see, I'm just healing up with Slack Off. This is the perfect setup. I just want to utilize a Slowbro like this. I was trying to show it off to you, and then it got critted, and then it's dead. Kind of annoyed me that happened. I was going to plan to sweep out the entirety of Hapu's team, and now I'm just more annoyed that, of course, would have happened. So, luckily for us, our Incineroar will knock out the Alolan Duck Trio. We're able to Leaf Storm, knock out the Mudsdale, and our Executor that made its way on our team is actually doing a lot of work as we knock out the Gastrodon as well. It's pretty annoying, but we did it. We lose our Slowbro, but we did it. From there, we're going to face off against the Totem Kommo-o, and for some reason, it actually scares me a little bit. Now, it protects against my Fairy Z move, which is kind of annoying, so I was like, okay, maybe Dazzling Gleam will knock. Dazzling Gleam will not knock it out, and it almost knocks me out. Luckily for us, we're able to knock out the Kommo-o, and we don't take any more damage, and then it spawns a Scizor, which is, oh, that's great. So I'm going to switch out into my Mudsdale. Luckily for us, Mudsdale is a tank, and we'll knock out both the Scizor and the Kommo-o for us, while our Fairy type choked so hard. It almost died. I almost lost it to the dragon type. I don't know how that's even possible. But from there, we're gonna face off against Lusamine. Lusamine's gonna be the final Evo team fight in the game. She can have a power up as she's not Lego's power up booster. She's an octopus. I don't know what to tell you. So switch out, send out my Ninetales. Ninetales has the Calm Mind TM on it, so I'm gonna Calm Mind 6 times up in front of it. Funny enough, I end up freezing down the Clefable using Ice Beam, so I'm able to just stall it out and then just knock it out with Ice Beam and Dazzling Gleam. And we're +6 up against her, so obviously it's going to be a little dangerous. We're going to take a Power Gem really nicely from the Miss Magius, and we're going to knock it out using Ice Beam, of course. You can switch out to a Lilligant, take a Leech Seed. I'm fine with that. It's better than Teeter Dance. Ice Beam will knock out the Lilligant, and then she can switch out to her Milotic. I'm going to Z-move that thing, knock it out in one shot, and her final Pokemon will be a Beware for some reason. Everyone has a Beware on this game. So I'm able to knock out the Beware using my Ninetales, and we sweep Lusamine, of course. No trouble at all. And from there, we're going to do our final preparations. As you can see, I'm going through each town to get the TMs I want. We got some nice TMs. We got Swords Dance from one of these towns, and we're also going to get Stone Edge. And we're going to head into the Elite Four finally. Now, the Elite Four, it's pretty difficult. I can't lie to you guys. Cannot cap about that. We're going to start our Elite Four challenge with Hala. We're going to start the battle against Hala using our Executor, because Executor has some Psychic moves. And also, Hariyama does knock out half my team. I'm very fighting and like ice weak for some reason, because I'm really bad at this game apparently. Bad at making teams. But I'm able to knock out the Hariyama as I take a close combat, makes him lower his special defense, knock him out using Psychic. He's going to switch out to his Grabominal. I know he's going to use an Ice move as I switch out into my Magnezone. Magnezone's able to Volt Switch out. I'm going to sack my Gumshoes. It is what it is. But this thing does have the Z move. I don't want to go up against it because it will knock out my Magnezone. And I kind of need Magnezone for the rest of the game. Sack my Gumshoes. Not like I was going to use it anyways. That was also the replacement for Slowbro. So Gumshoes goes down in the first battle already. So I'm going to switch out into my Ninetales to knock out the Crabominal. Primate comes out next. I do avoid one of his attacks, so I'm able to stay in and then do some Dazzling Gleam on it. Take a Cross Chop pretty well, as you will see eventually once he stops healing up, and then I'll knock it out using Dazzling Gleam. Beware comes out next. Now this is what I want to Z move and knock out in one shot, because this thing's pretty scary. I don't know how to deal with this on my team. So Z move to knock it out, and then his final Pokemon will be a Poliwrath. I want to switch out into my Mudsdale, take a Submission, which is fine, and then I'm able to take one Waterfall. I lied. It does not take one Waterfall. But my Magnezone is able to outspeed it. So I want to switch out into my Magnezone. I don't want to risk Discharge not knocking it out, which I don't know if it would have. It doesn't look like it would have. So Volt Switch was the good play. Switch out into my Incineroar and then take a Submission. I don't want to take any more Submissions. I thought it's going to heal up, but I forgot it ran out of full restore. So I switched out into my Magnezone once again. Take a Waterfall. Luckily, I survive it and I outspeed him. Volt Switch will knock out the Poliwrath, and we beat Hala with half our team missing, which is fine, but you know, not really the most important members, Mudsdale and Gumshoes, so we should be fine as we face off against the next Elite Four member, which is going to be Olivia. Olivia's going to start off the battle against us using our Relicanth. I have Magnezone in the cut. Discharge will knock out Relicanth. As Probopass comes out next, I'm both switching out to break it sturdy and switch out into my Incineroar. Now Incineroar is going to take an Earth Power. Actually took it pretty well. Wow, Probopass is garbage. Brick Break will not knock him out, as I'm bad at this game. Another Brick Break would send him down to half HP once again, and then another one would knock him out. It's just Incineroar is not that good. Lightning Rock comes on next. I know it's going to Z-move me, so I'll switch out to my Magnezone, obviously, take the Z-move, and then I can Flash Cannon multiple times as he has no moves to really attack me. Flash Cannon twice to knock out the Lightning Rock, and then her next Pokemon will be a Carbink. So I could stay in, but I don't know what Carbink can really do. I want to Volt Switch out into my Dragon type against the Fairy type, which is, you know, not my best play in the world, but it is one of my plays. So I almost get knocked out by that. I want to switch out into my Ninetales, which is also not the best play. As my special attack goes down, I'm trying to freeze it using Ice Beam. It does not work. So I go back into my Magnezone, which I should have done from the start. So I'm going to Flash Cannon and knock it out at this point. So something I should have done a long time ago. Alolan Golem is her final Pokemon. I want to Volt Switch, break the sturdy, and switch out into my Executor. Luckily it Thunder Punches me, so I survive an attack, and then I'm able to Leaf Storm, hit the move, and then knock out Golem. A very scuffed battle. I was panicking a little bit, but we end up beating Olivia. Next up, we're gonna face off against the Ghost type Elite Four member. I forgot her name, but I'm gonna start the battle using my Incineroar. Incineroar has Swords Dance now and Flame Charge, so I'm gonna take the Confuse Ray, which is not a good start, but luckily I don't hit myself in confusion. I actually break out of it in the second turn, I think. Not even the second turn, the first turn, I broke out of confusion, which is insane. So I'm able to Darkest Lariat, knock out the Sableye, and then I don't want to risk it with Palossand because Palossand could be scary. So I want to Z move, knock that thing out for sure. And you could really see the rest of the battle folding out. Knock out the Dhelmise with one shot using Darkest Lariat. The Frosthead outspeeds me, does Blizzard. Doesn't really matter. I'm able to knock it out. And then the Drifloon, even with Aftermath, I still live, and Darkest Lariat knock him out. So we beat down the Ghost type Elite Four member. Now time to head into the Flying type Elite Four member. These people are not rememberable off the top of my head, but she starts off the battle using a Skarmory against me. This is begging me to set up in front of her. Basically, this is take advantage of my setup father. So I'm going to set up twice using Sword Sense against her, and then Flame Charging twice to knock out the Skarmory, as she has 3 layers of spikes. Oh no, what can I do? I'm just going to boost my speed insanely and then knock out her Skarmory, her Mandibuzz, her Toucannon, her Oricorio, and her Crobat. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to sweep down the entire Flying type Elite Four member, and that's the end of that. Now to face off against the champion of the game, well, I'm the champion. Professor Kukui is challenging me. It's whatever. We're going to face off the final battle in the game, the champion fight. We're going to face off against Professor Kukui in the summit of the Pokemon League. He's going to start the battle using a Lightning Rock against me. Obviously, he can set up Stealth Rocks. Kind of annoying, but I'm going to Flash Cannon, knock out his Lightning Rock. Then he's going to switch out to his Snorlax, which I'm like, I don't have a win con against this. My Incineroar has the only physical moves on my team, so I want to switch out into my Exeggutor first to do some chip damage. I thought Psyshock would do a little more. It does not do a little more, as you can see, and it's going to body me down. Luckily, I don't hit it down to the point where it's going to full restore. So I will switch out into my Incineroar. I want Swords Dance up in front of him. As I'm Swords Dancing, I dodge a high horsepower, so I get another Swords Dance up for free, which I did not plan out. So I get another Swords Dance, so I'm +4 in this aspect, and then I could Flame Charge to knock out the Snorlax for sure, even through Thick Fat if he has it. And then the Primarina comes out next. I have Fire Z move in Blaze range +4. I think it should knock out like 3 Primarinas, maybe 2. I don't know about 3, but I knock out the Primarina, and then I basically outspeed everything, and I should win at this point. I knock out the Braviary with my Darkest Lariat. Then the Magnezone comes out next. I thought it's gonna knock me out. I just want to break. It's 30 at the very least. I Flame Charge, and then it Thunder Waves me, so I'm able to outspeed him. Flame Charge, knock out the Magnezone. Unfortunately, the Ninetales will come out. It's gonna knock out my Incineroar, so we don't get the clean sweep. My Exeggutor and my Incineroar goes down, but luckily my Magnezone can pick it up and knock out the Ninetales for us. And we beat the champion. Well, we are the champion. We defend our title against Professor Kukui, and we completed the challenge in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Can we beat Pokemon Sun and Moon Hardcore Nuzlocke with only shiny Pokemon? It looks like a yes. Our team looks kind of ugly, not gonna lie. We have some ugly shiny, except Incineroar, maybe Ninetales, and everything else kind of ugly. But a pretty trash team. But we made it work, and our team is, and we are immortalized in the Hall of Fame now. We are the first ever champion, which is a bunch of shiny Pokemon in Alola, which is kind of like intimidating if you think about it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun to make. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Of course, just like I said, if you guys can, please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one, or whatever game you want me to shiny Nuzlocke next time. And subscribe if you guys are not already. It would greatly help my channel. My name's been Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day. I'm out. Peace.